Hey there, I'm so glad you're joining me today. Picture this. You wake up each morning feeling strong, steady, and confident in your legs. No more worrying about muscle weakness, cramps, or the fear of losing your balance. How amazing would that be? The best part is, it's completely possible with the right vitamins and minerals. In this video, we're going to dive into 6 key nutrients that help keep your legs strong, healthy, and full of energy. From improving circulation to protecting bones and boosting muscle performance, these vitamins can make a huge difference in your daily life. If you love activities like dancing, walking, or just staying active, you're in the right place. Before we dive into the details, I'd love to hear from you. Where are you tuning in from today? Drop a comment below and let me know. If you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to ask as well. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the best health tips from global insights and wisdom. Together, we can work toward a stronger, healthier future. Let's start by talking about vitamin D. As we get older, our bodies naturally go through changes. Muscle mass decreases, bones weaken, and tasks that once seemed simple may feel much harder. One of the biggest, often overlooked causes of these changes is a lack of vitamin D. It's not just about weak bones. This vitamin is essential for maintaining strong legs, balance, and overall mobility. So why is vitamin D so important for leg strength, especially as we age? Well, as we get older, our skin's ability to produce vitamin D from sunlight naturally decreases. Plus, many older adults spend less time outdoors due to health issues, lifestyle changes, or concerns about skin damage. This makes vitamin D deficiency even more common, and it leads to weaker muscles and unsteady legs. Research has shown that low vitamin D levels are closely linked to a higher risk of falls. In fact, a study published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism found that older adults with sufficient vitamin D levels had stronger muscles, better balance, and improved coordination, making them less likely to fall and get hurt. On the other hand, those with low vitamin D levels experienced faster muscle loss, making everyday movements like walking upstairs or standing up from a chair much more difficult. While vitamin D is widely known for helping with calcium absorption and keeping bones strong, it also plays a key role in muscle function. It helps improve the communication between your nerves and muscles and even boosts the production of muscle proteins. Think of vitamin D as the energy source your leg muscles need to stay strong and perform at their best. Another important role of vitamin D is in supporting fast-twitch muscle fibers, which are essential for balance and quick reactions. These fibers help your legs respond quickly when your balance is at risk, preventing falls. Without enough vitamin D, these fibers start to break down, leading to slower responses, weaker muscles, and a greater risk of injury. But that's not all. Vitamin D can also help ease leg pain and discomfort. Many older adults deal with unexplained aches, cramps, or stiffness in their legs, and vitamin D has been shown to help reduce inflammation in the muscles. This can lead to significant relief, making it easier to move and stay active. If a vitamin D deficiency is left unaddressed, it doesn't just lead to weak legs, it can also result in serious health problems like fractures and osteoporosis. Vitamin D is critical for proper calcium absorption, which helps maintain strong bones. Without enough vitamin D, your bones become brittle, making them more prone to breaking. Even a small fall can result in a major injury that can impact your mobility and independence. In addition to its effects on your legs and bones, a lack of vitamin D has been linked to other serious health issues, like an increased risk of heart disease, cognitive decline, and a weakened immune system. So for older adults, not having enough vitamin D doesn't just affect your legs, it can also contribute to a range of chronic health problems that can seriously impact your quality of life. The good news is that boosting your vitamin D levels is simple. Whether it's spending more time in the sun or taking a supplement, with your healthcare provider's guidance, raising your vitamin D levels can make a big difference in your leg strength and overall well-being. I hope this video helps you take the first step towards stronger, healthier legs and a better quality of life. If you have any questions or thoughts, leave a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more helpful tips. We're in this together. But what exactly is the answer? Fortunately, achieving adequate levels of vitamin D is not only easy to do, but also has the potential to bring about life-altering effects. Getting a natural boost may be accomplished by spending as little as 15 to 30 minutes in the sunshine, particularly in the morning or late afternoon. Although exposing your arms and legs to the sun optimizes absorption, you should be careful not to apply sunscreen since it might inhibit the production of vitamin D. Some foods, such as fatty fish, including salmon, mackerel and sardines, fortified dairy products, egg yolks and mushrooms, may help contribute to total consumption, even if food alone might not be sufficient to satisfy daily requirements. The use of a vitamin D supplement is quite important for many elderly people, particularly those who spend little time outside. Although greater dosages may be required for persons with severe deficiencies under the guidance of a medical professional, the majority of experts suggest taking between 800 and 1000 IU per day for optimum bone and muscular health. The results of a simple blood test might shed light on your vitamin D levels if you are unclear about them. The importance of vitamin D in avoiding fractures and falls has led to an increase in the number of medical professionals who regularly screen for vitamin D insufficiency in elderly patients. Calcium is the next topic we will discuss. Elderly people, in contrast to younger people, whose bones are still in the process of actively rebuilding, gradually lose bone mass over the course of their lives, which makes them more prone to suffer fractures. With regard to the legs, this is especially hazardous. Breaks to the femur, hip fractures, and stress fractures in the lower limbs are some of the most catastrophic injuries that older persons may sustain. During childhood, a simple fall that would have been considered innocuous might result in months of rehabilitation or even permanent loss of mobility if the bones do not have the appropriate calcium stores. However, calcium's function extends beyond the maintenance of bone density. It also plays an important role in the contraction of muscles. Magnesium ions and muscle fibers engage in a complicated interaction that is necessary for every movement, from taking a step to getting up from a chair. The contraction of muscles is triggered by calcium, which ensures that movement is smooth and under control. If there is not enough calcium in the body, muscles may get cramped, feel weak, or fail to create the force that is necessary to maintain stability. Numerous people who suffer from calcium shortage are prone to experiencing leg cramps on a regular basis, slow mobility, and an overall decrease in their muscular endurance. They are not the only choices we have. Calcium may also be found in abundant amounts in foods such as leafy greens, kale, bok choy, almonds, tofu, sardines, and plant-based milks that have been fortified. Variety is the most important factor. Your body will be able to absorb calcium more consistently and maintain your bones more effectively if you consume calcium from a variety of sources. Calcium that is obtained just from food may not always be adequate, particularly for those who have dietary limitations or who have problems with absorption. Supplements of calcium may be of great assistance in this regard, especially when paired with vitamin D, which is known to improve the body's ability to absorb calcium. On the other hand, more is not always better. Consuming an excessive amount of calcium, especially in the form of supplements, may result in calcium deposits in the arteries, kidney stones, and digestive problems. Calcium is an important mineral. Finding a happy medium. is of the utmost importance. Calcium consumption should be between 1,000 and 1,200 milligrams per day for those who are over the age of 60. Calcium should ideally come from a mix of natural foods and supplements when it is required. It is not enough to just consume calcium. Movement is also an important role in its efficiency. Bone remodeling is stimulated by weight-bearing workouts like walking, strength training, and even mild running. These exercises also assist distribute calcium to the areas of the body that need it the most, which are the bones and arms. The skeletal system cannot be adequately strengthened by even an adequate intake of calcium if there is no mobility. Consuming insufficient amounts of calcium not only causes bone loss, but it also prevents people from being able to walk about easily, participate in activities that they like, and keep their independence. One must have strong bones and muscles that are able to operate properly in order to have a life that is full of mobility, stability, and confidence. Calcium is essential for both of these things. The vitamin B12. Few people are aware that vitamin B12 has a significant role in neuromuscular function, despite the fact that calcium and protein are the primary topics of discussion when it comes to how to improve leg strength. Keeping nerves in good condition is its responsibility, since it ensures that the electrical impulses that flow down your spinal cord and into your legs continue to be powerful and accurate. In its absence, your muscles are unable to receive the appropriate signals, which results in a gradual loss of control over movement, as well as weakness and instability. As a result of a lack of vitamin B12, one of the most common symptoms is a sensation of heavy and fatigued legs, which is often accompanied by numbness or tingling. This is not surprising. An alarmingly high percentage of people in their latter years suffer from a shortage in vitamin B12. In contrast to other vitamins, which may be stored in fat or absorbed via a broad variety of meals, the absorption of vitamin B12 is primarily reliant on the proper functioning of the digestive system. In order to obtain vitamin B12 from food, the body needs enough stomach acid, as well as a specific protein known as intrinsic factor. Additionally, disorders such as gastritis, acid reflux, and even the use of antacids for an extended period of time may further hinder absorption. As we become older, our stomach acid production diminishes. To add insult to injury, a significant number of elderly people eat diets that are deficient in foods rich in vitamin B12, which leads to a gradual but consistent depletion of this vital ingredient. Feeling weak is just one of the many repercussions that might result from a lack of vitamin B12. Impaired balance, coordination, and reflexes may be the result of untreated B12 deficiency, which can cause irreparable nerve damage. It is really the neurological repercussions of a lack of B12 that are causing many elderly people to experience symptoms such as frequent falls, trouble walking, or a feeling that their legs are not functioning as well as they once did. In many cases, the decrease is so slow that it is assumed to be a natural part of the aging process, despite the fact that it is fully avoidable. On the bright side, replenishing B12 levels may have a significant influence on both mobility and energy levels. Seniors who rectify their deficit see considerable increases in their strength, endurance, and leg function, according to studies that have been conducted. On the other hand, where does this essential vitamin originate? On the other hand, vitamin B12 is virtually solely found in animal products, in contrast to the majority of other nutrients that may be gotten from plants. Lean meats, fish, eggs, dairy products, and shellfish, especially clams and liver, which are among the richest supplies, are the very finest sources of this nutrient. B12 fortified foods in the form of cereals and plant-based milk, as well as B12 pills, are vital for those who adhere to plant-based diets or who have difficulty absorbing the vitamin. Vitamin B12 is one of the vitamins that may be supplemented without risk since any excess levels are eliminated by the urine. Some elderly people, particularly those who have trouble absorbing vitamin B12 via food alone, may benefit from taking higher dose B12 supplements or having periodic injections of the vitamin. The progressive reduction in leg function that so often occurs as a result of insufficiency may be prevented by doing blood tests on a regular basis, which can help guarantee adequate levels. The main message, however, is that having strong legs affects more than just your physical strength. It also affects the efficiency of your neurological system, your response speed, and your coordination. If your nerves aren't firing properly, your legs won't react the way they should, regardless of how much or how little exercise you do. To this end, ensuring that you have enough amounts of B12 is one of the most underutilized but effective techniques for protecting your mobility and quality of life as you become older. Magnesium is an essential mineral that plays a critical role in nearly every step you take, supporting your muscles by helping them contract and relax properly. It acts as a regulator for muscle function, preventing spasms, reducing fatigue, and boosting endurance. In many ways, magnesium works behind the scenes, ensuring everything functions smoothly. When the body is deficient in magnesium, some of the most common symptoms are less well known but can be disruptive, such as restless leg syndrome and frequent leg cramps, especially during the night. These cramps, which are sudden and painful muscle spasms, are a frequent issue among older adults, especially at night when they can disrupt sleep and make it harder to recover from the day's activities. These cramps aren't just a small annoyance. They're a sign that the body is struggling to properly regulate muscle relaxation, a function magnesium helps with. Magnesium is crucial for relaxing overactive nerve impulses and preventing muscles from contracting unexpectedly. That's why it's so important for those who experience muscle tension and involuntary contractions. However, magnesium isn't only about muscle function. It also plays an essential role in maintaining joint health and bone density. While calcium is often associated with bone health, magnesium is equally important because it helps the body utilize calcium effectively. Without magnesium, calcium could accumulate in soft tissues, potentially leading to stiffness and joint pain. Magnesium helps direct calcium into bones where it is needed, ensuring strong, healthy bones and joints. Research has shown that increasing magnesium intake can enhance bone strength and reduce the risk of fractures, particularly in older adults. Magnesium helps ensure that bones stay strong and resilient, supporting overall mobility and reducing the likelihood of fractures. Unfortunately, many people, especially older adults, struggle with magnesium deficiency. Factors like stress, poor diet, and medications that deplete magnesium, such as diuretics, proton pump inhibitors, and certain blood pressure drugs, contribute to this shortage. Without enough magnesium, it becomes difficult to maintain strength, flexibility, and endurance. This can lead to a gradual loss of stamina, making simple tasks like walking long distances, climbing stairs, or completing daily activities more difficult and tiring. A common misconception is that this decline in performance is solely due to aging, but in reality, it's often linked to a lack of the proper nutrients. By restoring magnesium levels, seniors can experience noticeable improvements in leg health, reduced muscle cramps, and increased energy levels. This helps ease discomfort, making it easier to move freely and comfortably once again. Magnesium-rich foods like lentils, nuts, seeds, legumes, and leafy greens are excellent dietary sources of this essential mineral. Specific foods such as pumpkin seeds, almonds, spinach, black beans, and avocados are particularly high in magnesium, offering a natural way to support muscle and bone health. For individuals who struggle to get enough magnesium through their diet, supplements such as magnesium citrate or magnesium glycinate, forms that are easily absorbed by the body, can be a helpful alternative. The difference in overall well-being from restoring magnesium to healthy levels is nothing short of transformative. Many seniors who once felt sluggish and weak find that their legs have more energy and vitality. Those who have suffered from regular muscle cramps and stiffness often notice relief, improving their sleep quality and making movement more comfortable. Magnesium also helps regulate the neuromuscular connections that contribute to stable, balanced movement, improving coordination and reducing the risk of falls. Potassium is another crucial mineral that supports muscle function, and it is often linked to cramping, particularly after exercise. Potassium plays an important role in balancing fluids both inside and outside of muscle cells. When potassium levels drop too low, muscles can contract involuntarily, leading to painful cramps, especially in the legs. These cramps can be especially troublesome for older adults whose circulation or muscle mass may already be compromised. For many, these cramps can be more than just an inconvenience, they can be debilitating. Potassium is essential for ensuring smooth muscle movement and effective communication between the brain and muscles. When potassium levels are insufficient, this connection becomes less efficient, leading to weakness, shakiness, or even difficulty lifting the feet properly. These symptoms can increase the risk of falling, which is a major concern for older individuals. Potassium is also vital for maintaining strong bones. It helps neutralize acids in the body that over time can weaken bones. Studies have shown that a potassium-rich diet can slow bone loss and lower the risk of osteoporosis, helping preserve the strength and structure of the legs. The good news is that there are plenty of foods rich in potassium. Bananas may be the most well-known source, but many other foods pack even more potassium. Sweet potatoes, avocados, spinach, beans, and oranges are all excellent sources of potassium. In fact, a single roasted potato with its skin can contain more potassium than a banana. To ensure your muscles and bones receive the nutrients they need, it's important to incorporate a variety of these potassium-rich foods into your daily diet. For those who struggle to meet their potassium needs through food alone, supplements can be an effective way to boost intake. The recommended daily intake for adults is 2,600 milligrams for women and 3,400 milligrams for men. While a balanced diet with plenty of fruits, vegetables, and legumes is typically sufficient, individuals with health conditions that affect potassium levels, such as kidney disease or high blood pressure, should consult their doctor to determine the right amount of potassium for their needs. Vitamin K is another vital nutrient that often gets overlooked when it comes to bone and joint health. While calcium and vitamin D are commonly associated with strong bones, vitamin K is just as important because it helps ensure that calcium is directed to the bones where it belongs. Without vitamin K, calcium could end up in the arteries or soft tissues, causing stiffness, poor circulation, and potentially contributing to cardiovascular issues. Vitamin K acts as a traffic controller, directing calcium to the right places and helping to keep your legs flexible and structurally sound. For older adults, vitamin K becomes even more essential. Studies have shown that those who consume more vitamin K have stronger bones and a lower risk of fractures. This is because vitamin K activates osteocalcin, a protein that helps bind calcium to the bone matrix, making bones denser and more resilient. But vitamin K doesn't just benefit bones, it's also crucial for joint and muscle health. Healthy joints and well-functioning muscles are essential for maintaining mobility, and vitamin K helps support both. Vitamin K also plays a role in reducing joint inflammation, which can help delay the progression of osteoarthritis and alleviate common issues like knee stiffness and pain, particularly among older adults. If you experience discomfort in your knees when moving or feel stiff after sitting for long periods, vitamin K might be the missing piece that could help reduce soreness and keep you moving freely. In addition to supporting bones, muscles, and joints, vitamin K has been shown to improve muscle strength and coordination, which is especially important for older individuals. By ensuring the calcium levels are properly regulated within muscle cells, vitamin K helps prevent the kind of uncoordinated movements that can lead to instability and increase the risk of falls. To improve your vitamin K intake naturally, focus on incorporating more leafy green vegetables and fermented foods into your diet. Some of the best plant-based sources of vitamin K1 include Brussels sprouts, spinach, kale, Swiss chard, and collard greens. Additionally, vitamin K2, which has even greater benefits for calcium regulation, can be found in fermented foods like natto, fermented soybeans, aged cheeses, and some animal products like egg yolks and liver. For those who have trouble absorbing vitamin K from food, supplementation may be helpful, particularly for individuals with digestive issues or those taking antibiotics for extended periods. However, if you are already taking blood-thinning medications such as warfarin, it's important to consult with a healthcare professional before increasing your vitamin K intake, as it plays a role in blood clotting and could interact with these medications. By focusing on magnesium, potassium, and vitamin K, older adults can take important steps toward improving their bone and muscle health, enhancing mobility, and reducing the risk of falls and injury.